interesting book to recommend with you. It's named Shakespeare, His Life and Play. The main plot tells about the important milestone in William's life and his later career. Firstly, I will tell you about who is William Shakespeare. He was an English poet, playwright, and actor, widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and greatest dramatist. His acting works, including collaborations, consists of some 39 plays, 154 sonnets, two long narrative poems, and a few other verses, some of uncertain authorship. People always call his life his early life because nobody knows his exact birth date, which must have been a few days earlier. He married with Annie and had 3 children. We have 3 million stones to find out. The step once named the missing year. They called that because during the first years of Shakespeare's marriage, until 1585, most of information about Shakespeare was mysteriously obscured. They surmised that he did all kinds of jobs, such as lawyer, farmer, and more, because when doing plays, the things relate. Step 2 called London Theatre. When he arrived in London, he was helped by Count Southampton and he started writing theatre. Some famous dramatics, Romeo and Juliet, As You Like It, or A Midsummer Night's Dream. Life was going on well when a big accident occurred. His friend Southampton was imprisoned, but William fled. And the last one named Final Year. In 1612, he decided to spend some time to rest in a small countryside. On March of 25, 1616, he completed the monument, and most of his fortunes was left to his daughter Susanna.
Dateless bargain to engrossing death.
Romeo. Here. Poison. Don't call and left no friendly drop to help me after.
Romeo and Juliet is a tragedy penned by William Shakespeare early in his career about 2 young lovers whose death ultimately reconciled their feuding family. This play has become a household name in the literary and movie world. It was one of the most popular plays of Shakespeare during his lifetime and also is one of his most frequently performed plays. Romeo and Juliet fall in love at the party. However, they came from 2 powerful families which had an old age vengeance. They are sure they will not be allowed to marry. Nevertheless, helped by Friar Lawrence, they marry in secret instead. Unfortunately, before their wedding night, Romeo killed Juliet's cousin in a duel, and in the morning he is forced to leave her. If he ever returned to the city, he would be put to death. Juliet's parents told her she must marry Paris. Her parents do not know that she is already married. She refused in the beginning, but later agreed because she planned to fake her death and escape to be with Romeo forever. Again, with the help of Friar Lawrence. Friar designed the plan. He gives Juliet a sleeping potion. She appeared to be dead, and was put in a tomb. However, Romeo doesn't know that about the plan, visits her grave, thinks he's dead, and kills himself. When Juliet finally wakes up, she discovers that Romeo is dead and then kills herself. The grieving family agreed to end their feud. Four Athenians run away to the forest only to have Perk the fairy make both of the boys fall in love with the same girl. The four run through the forest pursuing each other while Perk helps his master play a trick on the fairy queen. In the end, Perk reversed the magic and the two couples reconcile and marry. The poem had fine acts, but now I was
As our teammates spoke before about introduction and specific tasks of the book named Shakespeare, His Life and Place, I am a last person who are going to sum up of the book and give some recommend for you before and after reading this book. About the famous writer William Shakespeare, but perhaps that's strange because I only knew about his birthday, not about his childhood and later life. Shakespeare, his life and place help me understand him better. I understand more about his life, especially the hidden corner about his life that certain people cannot know about this talent artist, such as recreating the work through plays in social study or performing. Besides that, the school can create sharing section on the works of famous author and William Shakespeare is not exception. And this book for people who like reading about biography and influential figure over the century and also a pioneer in the field of literature. Additionally, after reading this book, the reader should refer books about his work like select works in two versions in English and Vietnamese.